Alrighty. Welcome to today's stream. Let's hope we don't crash. Figured it out. Computer was overheating. That's why we kept crashing. We kept doing too much. So, there's a possibility that'll happen again today. Especially because we're going to be swapping between games quite a lot. However, yeah, you can't hear it, which is good, but I do have a fan that's now at the computer. And I also de-dusted as much as I could before stream started, so that way I wouldn't have to worry about it. So yeah, hopefully that'll be good. We can just get rid of Frenchman because I don't matter no more. So yeah, the challenge is we're gonna call him Tree, make it easier on ourselves. I think I would like to start as Samurai. Well, maybe not. Maybe Vagabond would be better. I need... Ooh, I forgot how much I needed. I need like 17 strength, 15... Either 15 strength, 17 dex, and like 11 int. Unfortunately, I mean, this does strike damage. But... This also isn't bad. Vagabond. You know what, actually, though? Maybe I do just rip it as this guy. As this frigger. Yeah, we're gonna retch it up. Golden seed it up. I... kind of... would like to make a character that looks like my, so unnaturally blue. Let's do the darker. Let's do the shadow as that. We keep that as white. We like everything else for the eyes. That's good. We can... trying to think what our character is. Hair color. Actually, that's pretty accurate. Though, if I'm being perfectly honest, this is probably closer to the hairstyle that my guy is. Facial hair. No facial hair. No stubble. Completely clean. My Minecraft character wears a scarf. I can't do that, unfortunately. But I think that's pretty good. I do want the guy to be muscular. Head size can stay the same. Yeah. Yeah, this is our I actually really like this guy. Oh, whoops. Save to favorite. Sorry, I want to do that. Boom. Alright. Let's record. So we're just gonna rip it as Wretch. Do all that. Okay, so the challenge is we're beating Elden Ring. Every single time we die, we have to build a tree in Minecraft. So the way I'm gonna do it is I'm going to fight against a boss. If the timer doesn't work, okay, it works. I was just not going to worry about it. Because the amount of times I've tried to fix the timer and it crashes everything, it's not good. So, the way I'm going to do it is, we're not going to, like, literally every time we die, swap over. We're probably going to do it based on bosses. So, every time I die while trying to fight a boss, after I defeat the boss, we will then move to Minecraft and build that amount of trees. I have 2 streaming categories. So, I have streaming for Elden Ring and streaming for Minecraft. The only difference is the, Alright, well, I thought I was far away. That's fine. That's not a death. That's actually the only... Fun fact, that's the only way to not die, is to die. Alright, now we're actually in the game. Now we're doing... Welcome in, Denalid. Lurking for the work day. Very nice, very nice. Alright. We want those there. We don't need to kill Rick. I want to do a death poker run, because I think that would be really fun. So we're going to get all of the resources that we need for a death poker run. For the most part, I know where they are. But I don't need to use that. I don't need to pick those up. Those are multiplayer items, not important to us. It's actually kind of crazy how... Like, without, like... Obviously, I'm missing the clothing, which makes my character. But I think face-wise, looks pretty good. It's funny because I had French Challenge in my mind, so I saw the Tree Sentinel. I'm like, okay, Tree Sentinel at Tree Sentinel location. Wait a second. That's what it's supposed to be. Don't need to talk to you. Alright. So we get to go. We're gonna go. Let's see. Ideally, we don't die, and we don't have to build trees. But I need to build trees in Fellowcraft, because I have an entire forest that I need to build to cover up a singular tree in said forest. To hide that tree. So people don't know where my secret moss farm is. But, obviously, I need to do that. So, hi, I stood awfully close to you. Hello, Kale. I don't think Kale has anything worth purchasing, so we're not going to worry about it. So the death bird that we need to kill is in Caelid. We're going to get Sacred Blade, which will help. We'll also get the Axe Talisman, why not? And Strength Tier and all. We'll get all of, like, the basic stuff that you would normally get at the start of a run. I'm going to pick up the Kukris. Those could be good. Yes, dying to creatures and whatnot, like enemies, also counts as a death. So it's not strictly boss deaths. It is any death. Now, the way we'll do those deaths is, again, those will just kind of... I'll see how it works, because obviously certain areas are more likely to kill me over and over again. So it's more beneficial that we don't. I'd like to kill Bernasty, because his armor is pretty good. So that would be quite nice. Sacred Scorpion Charm I have to kill Anastasia for, which would be nice for the Deathbird fight, as well as Holy Tier, which is Northeast Liurnia, which is guarded by an Erdtree. There are theoretically easy bosses. This is all just to prepare to kill. Actually, I do want to keep that for now. Alright, melons. Goodbye, melons. Oh, I did not. That makes sense. I'm just going to get in the habit of having that there. Alright, we don't need to pick up any of these items. They are not important. Vanilla game. We don't have to worry about a lot of things. We are going to try to get into the boss rush phase. We want to get max weapon upgrade. There are certain talismans and whatnots that we're not going to be able to get until later. Because, of course, we are, they're in later games. So, like, Shard of Alexander is one we want, which boosts Ash of Wars. Godfrey Icon is another one that we want. This is a Stone Sword key. Hello, buddy. Goodbye, buddy. I might as well pick up... I'm gonna heal. I might as well pick up Strength Tier while we're up here. It'll be handy for later. Plus, if we need to wield Death's Poker before we're physically able to, it might be useful. To have that already. So, Strength Tier. And then Bernasty. I'm not going to kill him yet, because I don't think I could. NPC fights. You know what I mean? Alright, now I need to figure out a safe way to get down. Dying to fall damage would be awful. So let's try not to do that. Yeah. These are fires. I don't know why I'm picking them up. Goodbye, gentlemen. Don't mind me. You don't have anything that we want other than maybe your armor. Speaking of deathbirds, there's a deathbird over here. Not currently. Don't need him. We don't need to kill it. Let's try not to. Obviously, we don't want to kill things unnecessarily. We don't need to. Yeah, there's like a few talismans. We also want the Spellblade armor set, which we get from Sorcerer Rogier. That'll boost damage as well. There are only two bosses that I'm worried about getting to, which is Bale and Radon. Other than that, it's pretty chill. Not awfully worried. Alright, bucko. I legit don't remember what merchants sell, so I'm just kind of seeing if he has anything useful. Oh, he has smithing wands. Oh, but this is non-randomizer. So smithing upgrades are more expensive. There is a thought of just ripping it and not worrying about all of this extra stuff, you know what I mean? Just get our weapon as quickly as possible. Kind of vibes. I'm not necessarily opposed, but I don't necessarily want to die over and over again to bosses because I'm not preparing for them. The true goal is to get better at the game and die less. So running in guns a-blazing is not great, and I'm threatening myself with trees. Granted, I have a good tree design now, aka semi-stolen from B-dubs. What I did is I took one of B-dubs' trees from Season 9, copied it, and then built my own tree without copying his, based off of his, and we're going to build the other trees in the similar vein. But they're very much based off of his style because I like the style. I like the size. There we go. Sacred Blade. That'll be very handy. Physic. In terms of tiers, we want the Int tier, which is in Liurnia. We also want the Magic Shroud Magic Shrouding Crack tier. Yeah, I think it is a crack tier. As well as... Yeah, I might as well go to Dragon Barrel, Dragon Barrel while I'm here. And go to Round Table. Seems like a good idea. Look it. I only know this route. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what to tell you. And then hopefully we make this and we turn it into a video. Which is funny because my current episode of Minecraft that I was working on that I haven't done in a while. is about building trees, and it's supposed to be me building the forest. So this is a great way to get both to do both things. So that's very good. The super hard putrid avatar, we're not going to worry about killing. I don't need to kill him, so we're not going to. Though I think I would be fine now. I feel decently confident that I could kill Inner Tree Avatar. Like, they're not super hard anymore. Like, I'm getting better at the game. I was able to defeat Melania without needing a Spirit Tier. Granted, I was ridiculously over-leveled. I do still have the mod installed that prevents me from losing runes on death. I do still have that. But I don't have the mod that makes leveling up cheaper, because I don't think I need it anymore. And I also felt like it was way too cheap. There are other versions. I did the cheapest version. Like, that would give me the best chance of success. I don't really need to actually be here right now. So it's just useful to have. Oh, that's right, no map. That's fine. We'll pick up this map on our way, and then we'll grab the other map. So I can see better. Oops, did not mean to do that. You know what? It's funny, because I feel like armor is actually one of those things that's kind of the hardest thing to find. Like, just an armor set chilling. Like, I can think of the Carrion armor set, which is in Raya Lucaria, which I guess we could pretty easily get. Though I don't fully remember where its exact location is, so maybe not as easy. But that is an option for, like, an easy pickup of armor. And then, of course, there's, like, Bernasti's armor, which is decent. I don't know, I see people get it all the time, so that's why I just default to wanting it. Sure, you ran right into that, my guy. Hello, bud. We also want Dectus Medallion, so we're gonna go pick that up as well. Oh, come on. Hold up. Remember when I did this perfectly? Yeah. I don't know how I did that. Goodbye, Rune Bear. Alright, so there's that. Again, merchants aren't really important. They don't sell anything that I need. So we're just not going to worry about it. I love breakables, dude. Okay. Hello, gentlemen. Goodbye, gentlemen. Oh. Alright, well, you know. It is what it is. Okay. Cool. So, get Dectus Medallion. Also, we want the Iron Wet Blade, so we'll pick up the map, the Iron Wet Blade. And then I think it's heading to Liurnia to pick up some of the other stuff. Because I kind of got everything else that I need. Thank you, camera. So we'll do that. Oh, I had it so close. There you go. There you go. Do you see that? You see the tech? Look at that. Look at that. Alright, we're gonna sit at the Grace to de-aggro so we can go up to the next area. Alright. Boom. Let's go to Liurnia. Let's go to Liurnia. Alright, so one of the other things that I'm thinking about is character level. Obviously, we need to kill bosses and whatnot to get more runes to get higher character level. I think we probably would want to cheese Rail to get runes to level up a little bit. To specifically get to the stat requirements of Death Poker more accurately. So that way we don't have to, like, worry about that. I don't know Knight's Calves cheese, how to do that. But that is certainly an option for us. There is obviously the dragon, but he just takes forever to kill. And kind of just isn't worth it. Usually. I think we'll get the carrion armor, just because I've never gotten it before, and just while we're exploring stuff. We're kind of going down a magic-y route for this guy. Also, I don't remember if y'all remember way back when I was like, I can't double jump. It's because it takes stamina. That's why I can't jump right now. Liurnia. Okay. Grab ourselves a sacred tear. Get ourselves out of here. Don't think we'll need a lantern. I'm not at a skill threshold yet to do things without armor, so Blue Dancer is not really an option. I mean, it could be, but it is not going to be an option. We're just mainly going to focus on getting what we need. It's kind of the goal. You have the lantern. I might just buy it right now, if I'm being honest. Because you also have smithing 1, smithing 2s. I'm gonna buy the lantern. Not the what you're expecting. Now this could be a death right here, trying to get this map. Just because I want it for convenience. Yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw these jits out. Right? Alright. Jits have been drawn. Now let's go to Ray Lucaria. I don't know if I need the grace up here, but I'm gonna get it anyways. Doesn't hurt to get. This isn't a speed run. I'm just. Oh, sorry. I just know where things are these days. It's kind of crazy. We so far. Okay, I recently learned. So I've got 80-ish hours in Elden Ring, right? But I didn't realize that AMD, the GPU software that I'm using and what, like, the hardware, sorry, not software. The hardware that I'm using is made by AMD. Hey, I want to put up there. It keeps track of how long I've been playing certain games for, or at least it knows that information. I've got 14,000 or 1,400 hours in Minecraft. Kind of epic. Alright, so we don't need to loot this graveyard. We do need to get the Academy Glintstone key so we can get into Raya Lucaria. Shoot, that was scary. I thought I was about to die to fall damage right there because I didn't jump off of that properly. Alright, well that was terrifying. Let's not die to stupid things, please, and thank you. I'm going wrong-ish way. Need to go this way. I should probably put Sacred Blade on this now that I have the Wet Blade. That'd be good. Literally a lot of this prep that we're doing right now is literally just for this one death bird that I gotta kill. I mean, it's also just general prep as well. Might as well grab the key while I'm here. Bud won't even know I'm coming. He's snoozing. Nope. Goodbye. Not gonna bother with you. Thank you for the creeper Denali. Much appreciated, much appreciated. We are running away from Smarag. There's the thing. I hope Smarag isn't chasing me right now. Smarag, you better not be chasing me. I will be very sad if you are. Let's put Sacred Blade on this so I don't forget about it later. Sacred is better right now. Okay. Now, int tier. I don't actually know where that is. I don't think I've ever gotten int tier before. Wait, that is a lie. I do know where it is. To a degree. Okay. Either way, we're gonna go to EG. We're gonna get the Grace in front of EG. Nose itches. Actually, I think the int tier is right up here. Hold. Int tier is right here. Everything's going well up there. I think. The EG's up there. So I think the int tier is somewhere over here. Maybe. We need int tier because Death's Poker's Ash of War scales with intelligence. So instead of juicing strength, well, we're going to juice both strength and int. But int is what we're wanting to focus on. Also, int stands for intelligence, for those of you who are curious. I believe it's right over here. I did get it on my 100% run already, so I should know where it is. And I remember dying to fall damage trying to drop down here. Oh, baby. Alright, I knew that was a trap, and I ran into it anyways. To EG. I will say, we're probably going to juice health more. Like, before I even get the stat requirements for Death's Poker, we're just going to juice health so I don't die to the Death Bird in one hit. It's a Death Right Bird as well, so it's slightly more difficult. Technically never fought a Death Right Bird before, but they're very similar to Death Birds, except they have more AoE attacks that can just kill you in one shot. So there is that to consider. Here is this map. And then we just need the middle. And we're good. Alright. Hello, EG. I don't care about talking to you right now, but he sells Sombers 1 through 4, which is exactly what we need to upgrade Death's Poker. Alright, so that gets us to there. We've got Int tier. We definitely want Strength tier. Don't really care about this right now. You know what I should probably grab is actually Charge Attack tier, which I didn't grab. I didn't think about it. We're going to go grab the tiers. So we can do Strength and Charge Attack, so we do more damage, so we can hopefully kill Death Rightbird faster. And hopefully not die. And then we want Carrion Armor as well, just as a safeguard. I'm probably going to look up the stat requirements for Death's Poker. And then probably do Grail Cheese to get easy runes. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's do Hooray Lucaria. Not like do it, but you know what I mean. We're going to get the Carrion Knight's armor set. Really hope I don't die trying to get this armor set. This is meant to save time. This is meant to prevent death. Alright. Bang, 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 bang. So we have the two dudes that are up here that are slightly problematic. There's a good chance this is our first tree, gentlemen. Maybe not. Hey, you keep smacking me with that book. Got scared. Alright. Okay. I just have to remember. No. Okay. It's in front of a tombstone, like one of these guys over here. But I have to drop down for it. Oh, no. Wow, I did not think that would instant kill me. Alright, we're down. We got one tree. And I have still no idea where this armor set is. I was expecting to die sooner than that. Alright, gentlemen. Was one tree. It was stupid death. I feel like most of the deaths are not to the bosses, but are going to be to fall damage. Oh, gosh, I have to do it all over again. And I'm pretty sure there was literally a site of grace in that room I was running to. Alright, where is the Carrion armor set? Because I don't want to run in blind. I don't want to do that. Alright, where... How do I... Divine... You need to travel back to the Church of Cuckoo, site of Grace, and head to the graveyard 6 where the large rotating lift is. Set. Thank you for the Phasmo hiss. Very much appreciated. Alright. Let's do this again. One tree, gentlemen. We just have to get to the Church of Cuckoo first. The good news is... Did you not hear that? You should have. You didn't hear? Why? But I could hear it. Why can I hear it? You can't. I have a theory. So I have a lot of different like audio capture devices and stuff, right? To capture like game audio and all that separated out. However, I have my desktop audio muted. Alright. Maybe it would have been worth it to grab that side of Grace. No, we only needed that if we're gonna die again, and we're not. That assumes... Okay. Woo! Don't come up here with me. Alright, this is the side of Grace. Okay, anyways, as I was saying, the alerts, channel points, all of that, sounds are like their own like web browser. I think that is the reason why it is not going through properly. I can try to fix it on my BRB. Remind me, because I'm afraid if I try to fix it now, I'm going to die. Or, it's gonna crash everything. Okay, this didn't lead me anywhere. Alright, these are just nobles, not zombies, so that's good. Alright, up here. Here, maybe. It's not this, but... Alright, I am probably gonna have to... Okay. It's... A zombie's right in front of it. Alright. So it's need to go fast travel to the... Oh, this is a schoolhouse classroom. Wait. This is not where I want to be. Alright, gentlemen, we're pulling up the video location. Getting ads for Walmart. Let's see, where is this thing? I want to know where this thing is. I want this armor set. Because I can't get the other armor set until later. Thank you for not showing me exactly where to go. Alright. Alright, unfortunately, this is like It's one of those whole guide tutorials. Where it's just showing me everything. Like everything in Liurnia. So I'm kind of trying to skip until I find it, but this guy is for some reason killing every enemy. Okay. Man. Where is the armor set? I just want his one armor set, please. Ah, there it is. Okay. So it's back there. Ah, that's where it is. Okay. I can't get to it from here, I don't think. Because, yeah. Alright, well, I can't get to it from here. But now I know where it is. So now we can get to it easier. Okay. So we have to, unfortunately, go this way. I should have sat at the other side of Grace. I guess that must have been the church side of Grace. Alright. So, before going, you know where I died? It's to the right of, it was like behind me, down the cliff. That's where the actual location is. Did I not sit at this side of Grace? I did. Weird. Alright. Alright, let's do this one more last time. Let's do it one more again. One more game. We can finish this. And we'll be good. And then we don't have to worry about dying ever again, because we'll have armor. It'll be great. It'll be great. The good news is we don't have to open the door anymore. Like, these are the benefits. We've laid the path. And now that we know where we're going, there's no way we'll die. We just have to not get grabbed by one of the zombies, because that's a... Alright. Just get stuck there, yeah. No! Oh, okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. I thought the game was crashing. Alright, we're medium low. I can't get it. Nah. I'm I'm trying to map out of here. Why is aggroed onto me, dude? Alright. Oh, it's you. Friggin' rolled off because I was locked on, so I could not roll to the right. I just kept rolling backwards because I didn't want to get grabbed and die. So I rolled off the cliff and died. I got my armor. And now, gentlemen, we have to build 2 trees. I don't know at what point I want to build these trees. I am going to buy smithing 1s and try to upgrade my club a little bit because I don't think I can plus 0. But I think if I had a moderately upgraded weapon, I might be able to take out the Deathbird. I think what I'll do is if I have 5 deaths to non-boss, we'll build, like, that's when we'll stop and take the time to build 5 trees. That's already so many. I already have 1, so oh wait, I forgot how leveling works. I'm like, yeah, I only need 3 smithing stones. That's not how it works. There's also Beach Merchant that might have smithing ones. I don't remember what the lore accurate stuff is. Alright. Kale. Yeah, I need 4 smithing 1s. Which I don't have. Does this merchant have smithing 1s? It is now +1. We'll only do smithing 1s. I think that's all we really need. Yes, I get it. You're hungry. So am I. I'm getting hungry right now. Gentlemen, this isn't good. And I will be ripping the Coke soon, because I'm also getting really hot. It was actually I was like a midway between cold and hot. Not gonna use any of these. Oh, I can also, while I only have 1, put on that. I need 5 more smithing 1s. One of the merchant, this guy I think has more smithing 1s. Here's what I'm thinking, gentlemen. I need 5 smithing 1s. He has 5 smithing 1s. He also has some smithing 2s. I'll buy 2 of them. That should be plenty. I guess I could have gone to EG as well to upgrade. Full gore. Yeah, I can't upgrade it anymore from there. From EG we go, because we can upgrade it more from EG. Actually, that's a lie. The next thing I want to go to is,
I presume. Oh, I am an old soul, perhaps.
okay. Smithing 4. Yeah, and he's got these. This is what Death Poker uses. Alright, so that gives us a decent amount of stuff. We need to kill the guy that gives us the magic shrouding corrector, which is it this guy? Maybe? Or is it this guy? Which one gives us the magic? I'm pretty sure Northern gives us magic. Wow, I want to go this way. Alright, I guess we're going to go from here to get the map as well. Might as well. And then we'll go to the northern one. Defeat Erdtree. Grab our coke. And be on our merry way. Goodbye, gentlemen. Hello. Oh. I ran out of stam. Alright. Grab that. So now... I gotta remember where the map is. It's right next to the site of grace. Just gotta remember where the site of grace is. Ah, there it is. Alright, I'm gonna rest at this jet. Just get her. I think I want to go, yeah, this way. So we're at 2 trees, gentlemen. 2 trees. Whether or not I die again, after my break, I think I'm going to build those 2 trees. That's going to happen. So we just hope we don't die again. I'm going to rest at this guy again. Having fire would be useful. Obviously. But I don't. Oh, you know what I actually need, though? Alright, at the next side of grace. There hopefully should be another side of grace coming up. Hopefully. But at the next side of grace that we stop by, we should update our physic to have the Spectre Crackteer, which gives us the early charge to build attack. But that's fine. That's what we need just to get to Death's Poker. To get magic. I think Holy is also in there, so we'll put Holy tier instead of Strength. Because the more Holy damage, the better. I think I'm going in the right direction. Gentlemen, am I going in the right direction? Let's see. I don't know. I'm aggro. Yeah. You just have to follow this up. And then there should be ruins that I can climb up so I don't have to fight enemies. So yeah, int tier can change over to that. Do not have enough levels to level up my health. This is not good. But it's what we're working with. Hello, bear. there is a specific area that I can get up to the Erd tree. I can parkour with Torrent up to it and basically go in from behind the Erd tree avatar. So I don't have to, it's not this way though. I don't actually know where it is. I'll be so for real. And in that way I don't have to aggro everything trying to get to it. So I think this... Don't think this is quite right. I think this is taking me to the catacombs that's over here. Yeah. Which I don't want to be at. Not a problem, not a problem. We can just find the way. Here it is. This is what we were looking for. Right? So we got to... Alright. Alright, this is the annoying part. When you're trying to... Alright, gotta love it when it doesn't jump. Basically, get on top of the head. What do you mean? Alright. Hold up. Oh, what do you mean? How did I overshoot that? Alright. Bruh, how do I keep jumping over it? I don't understand. They make it look so easy. They're just like, they just jump up here and get it. And then I keep doing things like that where I'm all of a sudden wayward and I don't know how I don't know how they move torrents so nicely. How do I keep doing this? I pressed the jump button. It didn't jump. Friggin' code, man. Telling the game you can't jump here. Oh, I was so close. But I was facing the wrong direction. Hold. Alright, I need to be on top of his head before I jump to that guy. This might take a while. Trust me, it's... Okay, gotta love that. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Thank you. Thank you for all of a sudden deciding you don't want to jump off of this anymore. Alright, thank you for speeding up for no reason. Alright, thank you for jumping like that. Much appreciated. Alright, thank you for not being able to jump on top of that. Alright, thank you for running to the other shoulder for some reason. I love the fact that the camera is not adjusting itself, so I don't know where I'm jumping anymore. Thank you for running in circles. Thank you, Torrent. Yes, that is what I was trying to do there. Oh my gosh. See, I got really freaking close, and now I'm not even getting to that level anymore. Now I'm just struggling to even get there. Ah! Dang it. Thank you. Why did you double jump as your first jump? There we go. Hello. Alright, gentlemen. How many more trees are we gonna have to build? Alright, why am I, Alright. I pressed the B button. For goodness sakes, dude. I hate that. Literally pressing the B button. And I didn't dodge. I felt my thumb imprint it. 3 trees. And now I have to deal with all of these idiots. I'm gonna die. Freaking love pressing the B button and nothing happens. 4 trees! Quite literally, I think this challenge is just gonna be me trying to kill this one Erdtree avatar to get more damage for another boss. So I don't even really need to kill this guy. But I love the fact that I'm just one hit. I'm groaning because I want to level health up a little bit, because basically I can't really get hit because I'll just die instantly. But I don't have a Sight of Grace nearby. So I'd have to do that whole thing of trying to get up on top of that guy all over again. Because I don't think there's anywhere for me to rest. Because I need a Sight of Grace to level up. I don't think there is one nearby in the slightest. Nope, there isn't. Alright. Thank you for that. Where is the closest Sight of Grace to this location? Let me tell you. Very far away. Is literally the closest one Bellum Church or Bellum itself? Looks like it. I love getting one shot. It's so nice not being able to be given a chance at all. Oh, awesome. This is a dead end. Alright, well, yeah, there's literally not even a closer Sight of Grace. Do I have enough to... I don't even think I have... I literally don't have anything. Alright, well... Grail cheese. I need runes, because I died too easy. I'm already on 4 trees, because I died to a zombie, fall damage, and to an Erdtree, because I got one shot. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can? I did not know you could do this. Eh. That guy's gonna chase me now, isn't he? Oh, wow. 5 trees, gentlemen. I thought that wasn't even the Blackblade Kindred. That was just the vulgar militiaman that was just there. Just snipe me, insta-kill. We gotta love it. Gotta love the insta-kills. Gentlemen, before I even switch over to Minecraft, I'm already going to have to build the forest. And this is why I cheese things. Because if I can get it easier, it's better. Technically, the guy I was just trying to kill, I can cheese. Rail. Please come here. Thank you. Your death will signify the break transition. I'm thirsty. I'm out. And I have 5 trees to build. Grail, stop getting disinterested. Brother, Grail, where are you going? Oh boy. That's not where I want to be. Why? Stop getting disinterested, Grail. Why are you being difficult? Please. Okay. Okay, can I stop overshooting this? Alright, and you're back there. Grail, please, I need you to come over here. Why are you being so difficult? You are being extremely difficult, Grail. There we go, this is the spot I need to be. Now I need him to fly. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Please re-aggro on me. Alright, Grail, you're just being unimaginably difficult, aren't you? You're just being really freaking difficult. Gotta love it when you're trying to cheese something and it's just like, doesn't want to happen. Can I please stop doing that? Be great. Thank you. Fly for me. Please. Are you kidding me, dude? Are you freaking kidding me, dude? Frickin'. That's so annoying. Freaking fat thumbed it, dude. Yeah, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stay on the horse. Yeah, this is why I don't do challenge runs. I'm already so mad. The punishment already... Alright, thank you, Grail. Thank you for continuing to be difficult. Thank you for always being difficult. And he's already disinterested. Come on. Get over here. Alright, Grail. Stop being difficult. I just want to level my health so I don't die in one hit. That's all I want. Because no matter what boss I fight, I'm gonna die in one hit. I can't even do deathless, let alone hitless. Erdtree avatars are meant to be pretty easy. I still can't do them. Alright, thank you, Grail, for getting disinterested. Please, just do the thing for me. That's not the thing. Fly again. I'll try not to fat finger this time. Get over here, Grail. Yeah, that's it. That's it. What the? Come on, dude. Seriously? He's not supposed to do that either. He is just being unimaginably difficult. Grail, please. I just want you to die for me. Please, Grail. I'm begging you. Please just do the thing. Oh, great. Amazing. Bruv. Please. Oh, come on, man. Why? Why are you not doing the thing? I don't get it. Why are you being so freaking difficult? Last try, because this is getting freaking on my nerves. I'm getting so annoyed because I'm doing everything right and it's all going wrong. You lure him there, he flies, he gets on the tree, and then he gets stuck into a fall animation. But he's not. He's not falling. Why is not? Fail. Please. Get over here. I'm tired of you. You're supposed to be dead already. What am I doing wrong? Why is this not working? Now he's literally stuck there. Frick, dude. He's being a fricker. That that's basically what it boils down to. It's not working. I don't know why. All right, well, I have 5 trees to build. I'm gonna save and quit to that. We're going to go. Or I'm gonna BRB. All right. Pause the timer. All right, I'm back. Look at that. Minecraft's up. Oh, jeez. That flew. Holy. Don't really have paper towels with me. Old. Wow, that friggin' blasted out of there. Jeez Louise. All right. Anyways. Holy, it got over these papers as well. Wow, that like really went out there. All right. Turn the timer back on. Heck yeah, AI viewers. Frick yeah, dude. Trees. That's what we're building. Haven't played Minecraft in a while. Let's hit the record button, dude. Let's friggin' start the flashback. Let me show you what we're working with, alright? Bingo bango. This is what we're building. We gotta build 5 of these jits. This is a B-dubs tree. This is the tree that I built trying to copy the style. I'm gonna be totally real with you. I don't know where it stands. Because here's the thing, right? Yes, one tree is copied from B-dubs. However, um, is there also tough in there? Yeah, there is. Oh, well, I need those as well. Hold on, let me find what I'm looking for. There it is. This is a probably grab the shulker box moment. Wait, this is mostly made out of birch leaves, isn't it? Yeah. This is primarily made out of birch. Okay. It's mostly made out of birch with oak as the highlights because I think the azalea is a little too bright for my liking. I lied, gentlemen. This is not what I want. We do just want, like, a little bit of this. And then spruce as kind of the dark spots. That's also oak leaves. That, gentlemen, is a problem. I have no birch leaves, so I need to get birch leaves. Okay. Let me shulker box everything in the inventory. And let's go hoeing. How about that? We're going to take every single birch tree that is okay, it's nighttime. Every single birch tree that is in our forest, we are going to get rid of it. I don't actually know if I can swap games on when I'm already live. Otherwise, I would swap to Minecraft. I don't know if I'm gonna go back to Elden Ring. This is why I don't do competition or challenges or things like that, because they get too frustrating. Because I want to be good so desperately that it gets too frustrating and annoying to be so bad. Whereas some people can just enjoy not being good, or other people are just really good at being really good. I'm stuck being not good and not happy with not being good, but requiring a ridiculous and rigorous amount of training required to become good. So then I'm just sad. Because I get nothing. I want to be better at Elden Ring because honestly, I think people who can play Souls games really well is really entertaining. People who play Souls games really badly, not as entertaining unless Souls games aren't necessarily your main thing. Since I am not famous yet, I need something to make me famous. So unique challenges could be interesting, but that means succeeding at them. That is the linchpin, gentlemen. Succeeding. I also watch too much Bushy, so now I call you gentlemen. We don't want that yet. If I could find an old growth birch forest, that could be good, but I mean, I need to clear out these trees anyways, because we want to replace them with those trees instead. Every single one of them. I also bite off too much that I can chew in video ideas. And that's why they don't get made. Because they're too big. Yeah. That's okay. The problem is, I think one shulker box of birch leaves is probably not gonna be enough. Alright, I kind of need to just get rid of this as well. sheer quantity of birch leaves that I am going to require for one of these trees is insane. Might as well also take down the birch. Like, there's no reason to leave it there. Maybe one of these days I'll be good at it. But then again, I mean, the guy I watch has 3,000 hours in the game. I have 80. By no means am I going to be at his caliber yet, but 3,000 hours is just such a far off number right now, because I don't have the time to commit to 3,000 hours. But I'm not going to lie, I feel like he probably was somewhat good at the game before the 3,000 hours, which is what got him to where he is now. There's always a little bit of just general talent that is kind of necessary no matter what you do. Nothing like a good pile of leaves. Yeah. Got 5 trees to build now. Thanks to the Erdtree avatar, 2 enemies, and fall damage. Gotta love it. Though I'm not gonna lie, in my increasing time playing Elden Ring, I do quite like just the Souls genre in general. The way the game is designed is quite fun and enjoyable, which is why I keep coming back to it. I feel like a dog that keeps coming back to its own vomit, you know what I mean? Because I'm not... Okay, thank you for that. I'm not good at the game, so there should be, by no means, should I want to keep playing. But I do. So Souls games, I do like. And I learned this about myself. The style of game that I enjoy the most is a style of game that is this open world, but still linear storyline completion. And it's games like Minecraft, Elden Ring, Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom, and I'll explain in further depth why that is. You see, in Breath of the Wild, for example, you have to defeat the 4 divine beasts and then defeat Ganon. However, the order in which you do those events is completely up to the player. However, technically those events still need to happen in some degree. Now, in Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom, you don't need to defeat all of these extra stuff. You could just go to the final boss, which I like the fact that that option is available. I would never do that. I'm not good enough at those games to enjoy something like that. But I like that that option is available. Same with Elden Ring. The goal is to defeat Elden Beast, and then with the DLC, Radon. So you're still always going to go there, but specifically with Elden Ring, you don't have to fight the same bosses. I looked it up, as in, I just knew the game well enough to know the answer to this. But there are actually 5 different bosses that you can defeat. You only need to defeat 2 of them. And so in order to get into Leyndell, the requirements are to get 2 Great Runes. Now, the bosses that you could kill before getting there that would drop the Great Rune is usually what people will do will be Godric and Renala. Because Godric makes sense because he's in Stormvale Castle, which is in Limgrave. He's one of the lowest scaled of all of the bosses, with Renala being the second lowest scaled boss that drops a Great Rune. So that's why people typically go for that. But Radon is also a valid option for getting into Leyndell as well. So some people might skip Renala, because he can be kind of annoying sometimes, and go for Radon, who's honestly not that difficult of a boss. And that's coming from me. I don't find him difficult. I defeated him on my 2nd try in my 1st playthrough, so not awfully difficult if you fight him the right way. He has a lot of openings in his move set, which make it easy, and you can just kind of sit underneath them the whole time and stand and bang, and it's great. Anyways, those 3 bosses are usually the ones people are going to go to. However, Rykard is a boss you can defeat before you actually get into Leyndell, so that adds another one, though not typical for people to go to. Another boss that I think you can defeat before Leyndell is actually Mohg, because you can complete Vari's quest to get the medallion, which will take you to Mohgwyn, which will allow you to defeat Mohg before you even enter Leyndell. Leyndell. I'm not 100% sure on that last one because I don't know if um if Vare's quest line takes you into like requires you to go to Leyndell for something. I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure the quest line is get the cloth from him, kill Arena to get her blood on said cloth, and then give that bloodied cloth back to Vare, and he gives you the medal. I thought that was the quest line. There might be more to it, but I'm pretty sure that's all that's required for his quest, which will take you to Moog. You can't kill Morgott, because Morgott is the boss in Leyndell, so you can't kill him first, and you can't kill Melania, because you need to get to the rolled lift in order to get to the Haligtree. There's no other way to get there. And you would think Moog wouldn't be a boss you could get to, because you would also need to get to the Haligtree. But as mentioned, there is a quest line that could take you there sooner. So, yeah, there's 5 unique bosses that you can fight to get into Leyndell. I really want that. Those leaves. Give me them leaves. So it's games like that that I really like. Because it's enough variability, and I mean Minecraft's the same way. You start your world, you punch a tree, you get everything started, and you fight the Ender Dragon. But when you decide to fight the Ender Dragon is completely up to you. There's nothing forcing you to take a specific path, but there's still a guiding road which will point you towards that. Holy crap! My favorite type of game. A line. Okay, this is going to be a really weird statement, but hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. My favorite style of gameplay is like the road to God. Okay, hear me out. This is where things get kind of weird. Just so with God, at least depending, obviously variability on what exactly you specifically believe in, but like I kind of like to believe in the idea that like it's a straight line to God following His path, but there's variability along that path with certain choices you make, the emotions you feel, the things you say, all of that kind of stuff, um, and so there's that variability. Meaning theoretically, if you were to live your life over and over and over again, you'd still end up in the same place, but how you get there varies. That's a really weird way to put it. Trust me. It kind of makes sense, but that's kind of the way I like my games. That's interesting. I like Minecraft because there are so many ways to play it. Yeah. I like the variability of being able to choose exactly how you want to play the game. But I also do like story games. Games like The Last of Us, I quite enjoy. Now, I typically like play it for a little bit and then go on a hiatus for a hot minute, and then I play it again, for a few hours, and then I go on hiatus again. And that's kind of how I play Last of Us. But that's a completely linear storyline. But I much prefer the linear to non-linear, because then you have games like Red Dead Redemption or The Witcher. I mean, I think with The Witcher, I just literally got stuck. But with Red Dead, I definitely think this is true. Um, those are completely, or at least Red Dead is, completely open world games. There is no linear way to necessarily complete it. I do think there is a central storyline that exists. However, I don't know if it's necessary to complete. Either way, I got stuck in both of those games because the worlds were too big and too open, and I was free to go anywhere, that I didn't end up going anywhere because there were too many options. So I was like a deer in headlights, where I'm like, I don't know what thing I want to do right now because there's too many options in front of me. But not in the way like a sandbox game like Minecraft would be. So that's kind of why I don't like those games, and I haven't played them in a hot minute. Because, come on, because of that. So, yeah. That's what I think about that. I think it's pretty cool. You know what I'm gonna do? Actually, I don't want to do that. I lied. I was gonna turn the in-game music on, because Elden Ring has its own OST that plays, and so you don't need music really for that game when you're playing it. But I had that problem in Skyrim. I also had that problem in Skyrim. That's another good game I was actually gonna mention as another one in that category. Anyways, I had the problem with Skyrim. I never finished Skyrim even after playing on and off for years because there's too much else to do. Exactly. Whoa, hello. But games like Breath of the Wild have enough linearity to it. That's not even a word. We're gonna go with it. Linearity to it that you can't really get lost because there's always the major, like, you're always pretty much going to one of the four divine beasts, and then maybe you're doing side quests, but you can choose to do the side quests or not. And Shrouded is another game where I feel like I'm a deer in headlights. There's too many quests that are happening where it's overloading me, and I just don't know what to do. And it's like Breath of the Wild slash Minecraft slash Elden Ring all married each other and had a child, and you get enshrouded. Where it's like a Souls-like in certain aspects with the whole dodging, stamina, all that. You can build, which is Minecraft, but it has like the questing system that you'd find in like Breath of the Wild. Um, and so it's a little bit too much. Now I know Val really likes Enshrouded. Um, but for me, like there was just so much to do, and I felt like I was actually making so little progress. Like, it was one of those where you're progressing too far into the game that you're actually not progressing at all. Because you're getting, like, I mean, it was basically where I was in Elden Ring was how I felt it always playing Enshrouded, where I am trying to defeat enemies which are far above my pay grade because I'm not leveled up enough for it, but I don't know how to do the quests to get me more leveled up. So it just looks like I just need to get better at the game without anything to help me get better. I mean, Elden Ring, before I modded it, was that way, and then I had to mod it to make it easier, to make it more enjoyable, which it did, and that's why I keep going back. Dragon Age 2, I only played the first one, but I wanted to explore everything, and the main story got lost. Is Dragon Age another Skyrim game or its own thing? Because it sounds like it could be a Skyrim thing. I know there are a lot of Skyrims out there. Man, I miss playing Minecraft. Why don't I play Minecraft more often? I'm gonna say it. I feel like a heretic. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like an absolute heretic. But I've lost motivation. Gentlemen, it's bad. It doesn't help that I bought a new game and have been attached to that game, but I think my lack of motivation in Minecraft does not help the fact that it goes back to being naturally good at things because I'm not naturally good at like building, so I really have to work for it, and I'm getting better, as you can see with the tree. But then again, like, even in this tree whole thing, I'm worried that some people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're stealing it from B-dubs, even though you're technically building yourself. You're still stealing it from B-dubs." Like, what the frick? I'm not stealing it. I'm giving credit where credit's due. I'm building trees like his because I like how he built his trees. Anyways, it's a party-based top-down RPG series, lots of class depth and cutscenes. So, like, there's a build I honestly really would like to build, but it's really big, and I want to use Axiom to build it, but I just don't know how to use Axiom well enough. And I don't know how to look up the things that I want to know how to do, because I've seen in, like, a Snarple video, Snarple do the very thing that I want to do. I just don't know how he did it, because the video wasn't about how to use Axiom. It was just him using it like he usually does. But I want to try to create a massive scientific facility, like a gray-scaled facility, continuing with the Brutus Stylus over here. And so instead of having this open plains area, which I want to terraform, actually having this giant metallic-ish facility and actually build a mega base. I have realized I have never built a mega base before. I always build bases that are separated. Like, you look at this, we have storage system, starter house, new minigame building thing that I hope to build one day, villagers, iron farm. It's all individual buildings that'll be connected in one big mesh. But I realized I've never built a build that was one connected thing. I kind of have done that in modded series now that I'm thinking about it. Like in the Vault Hunter series, I was kind of doing that. But it still wasn't really like a mega base. Like right now, the big one that I'm thinking of that's kind of in this vein is Falsa's base, where she's just kind of expanding um, her base out continuously from like the one starting point, and it's all one structure basically with like multiple segments. I've never really done a build like that before. Um, and I kind of want to, but even then, like, I don't know when this season of Fellowcraft is going to end, and I think that's another reason why I'm not doing more things as well, because I kind of wouldn't mind putting a pin in this build and just building something else just to build something else, but I also don't want to build a project bigger than the time I have. But I don't know if this is meant to be like a forever world, because if it is, then I will treat it like such and do things with that mentality. Because I wanted to create, I mean, this is because Tango, a mountain village and use Axiom to build mountains, but again, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to use Axiom to build mountains. Now, most likely there is a tutorial out, especially by now. But I think that would be cool. That was another thing. I was like, what if I just build a mountain village, like, right there? But it really would not make sense thematically with what we're doing over here, so I'd have to go to a new area to build that. But yeah, but I definitely have lost motivation to do projects because, like, why do you think I made trees the punishment of this video slash stream? Because I knew I didn't want to build trees because they take a lot of effort to build, especially to make look good. And I mean, the reason I had not built the other tree design I had is because I didn't like it. And then I learned that actually a lot of Minecraft trees, the best way to build good trees is to drop the branches. So that was useful to learn, because like looking at B-Dubs' trees, he just doesn't have branches in there. He might have a few low-hanging branches to show that there is branches, but your brain will fill in the gaps and assume that there's obviously branches if there's leaves, and that gives you more space to play around with the leaves. So that definitely was kind of helpful. You just got to get the shape. I'm planning to keep this world a long time. There's really no utility in us creating a new one. Plus, we've had folks who fade in and out, and life happens. True. Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. Because then maybe I'll try a newish project or something to kind of give, or a mini game. Though I'm not very good at making mini games, because I end up making whole games inside of Minecraft. Like right now, I'm kind of want to create a Souls-like game using Minecraft, but that's just not gonna work out. Or I like try to create like board games in Minecraft, which also doesn't really work out, rather than actually using in-game mechanics to do things. So that's kind of what I have to do. All right, so this is a forever world. Good to know. Good to know. Oh, hello. So yeah. So maybe I will build this giant structure and make a new storage system in it, just because I really want that nice texturing on it. But in order to get that nice texturing, it has to be massive. So, oh, also, I want to not update, but like add to some of the buildings I've already made and add a specific style of green grimery to it, because I saw in like B-Dubs' Hermitcraft Season 10. No, they're in Season 11. Season 11. No, I think the trees are from Season 10 because they're in Season 11. Holy. I want to create... Oh, brain is not braining right now. This also makes it difficult to stream sometimes. I'm going to be real with you. I'm like, now I'm noticing it more, but just in general, I'll be talking and then my brain just goes absolutely blank. And I completely forget what I'm talking about while I'm talking about something. And I just lose all words relating to that subject and just completely forget what I'm even trying to reference. And it, like, not even just like I forget a word, but like the entire conversation blips. And then I'm left with like, okay, well now what? I just like I just forgot what I was talking about while I was talking about it. And that's what just happened. I don't remember what I was talking about. I think this is the ADHD. My brain is hypo-focused and then loses that focus. And then I don't know where I am anymore. And I'm like, what? Dude, okay. So going on my struggles in life, I tried to learn Blender again, and I get the donut tutorial. It was going well, and then I tried making the coffee mug, and then the coffee mug just didn't, like, the handle just didn't work. Uh, and then I kind of gave up because I would had to have restarted the whole part again. I didn't want to, but I really shouldn't. I really want to learn how to animate. I would love to be able to animate, to draw, or anything like that because I would love to voice act. And if I could animate and draw and like make my own stuff, then I could do that and voice act for it. But I don't have those skills. The problem is I have like a small amount of skills in random places, but the issue is I always need somebody else's expertise to really benefit from it. But because I have no skills in anywhere else, no one really trusts me in that very niche skill set that I have. So they just assume, well, if you can't do A, you probably can't do B, because normally that is how it works. But I'm the weird case where that's not the case. I'm not good at these things, but I'm really good at this thing. And that's just kind of like, kind of the problem. Kind of a problem. There are a lot of problems. That's just a few of them. But reading an article for work reasons, apparently Claude Fable 5 beat Pokemon Red and could play Slay the Spire. My speaker died. I think my charging cable might have an issue. The thing has been plugged in all day. Oh. I'm not gonna lie. I did not understand your sentence. Because Fable 5 is a game, I think. Pokemon Red obviously is a game. Claude Fable 5, but I don't know who Claude Fable 5 is. I know what Slay the Spire is. I know there's a second one out. I don't know what type of game it is. Because, like, here's the thing, right? I'm an example of my woes that I was just describing is things like, normally, people always say, oh, if I had the equipment, I could actually, like, I don't make short films because I don't have the equipment to make the short films. I don't have the lighting or anything like that. And I know that bad lighting, bad audio immediately makes it look like a bad film. And at that point, why am I making it if it's going to look bad? I don't want to bother making a bad product, right? And so people are like, but you just got to make films and stuff, right? And so of course the belief is, you got to be good outside of that. Having the equipment isn't going to make you good. Well, guess what, gentlemen? I got equipment, directed a short film, and got Best Picture at an in-house film festival. And several other accolades for it. People really liked it. I did pretty freaking well for my debut, first ever directed short film. You want to know why? Because I finally had the equipment and could do things that I've always wanted to do. Because I see the vision. But trying to explain that to somebody is really freaking hard because they just assume, oh, well, you should be able to do it with just your phone. Now, I intentionally got a phone that can do it better. I have an app that turns it more into a camera and does raw files specifically for that. But the reason I still haven't made anything is because of lighting. I don't have the lights to make it look good. And that's my problem because I know it'll look bad if I try to film it. I have a few lighting things, but really, one light is all I really want. And then the other problem is I just don't have any good ideas for feasible projects. Like, I need something that'll be like, at most a minute long, honestly, to put on as a YouTube short. And I recently got an Instagram account. I had to for networking because I need to keep track of all of the people I worked with. Also, networking is freaking hard because I literally don't know what to say on people's posts because I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't care. Um, also, I don't want to be weird by accident. Like, here's my woe. Here's another woe. This is literally, this is why Jeremiah wrote Lamentations right here. All right? This is my Lamentations, all right? So, one of the people I worked with uploads on Instagram, like, photos and stuff of his child, or at least I'm assuming it's his child. I don't know what to say, man. Would it be weird if I'm like, what a cutie? Like, is that weird, or is that something that's, like, expected? Like, I don't want to come off as weird, but also I need to make sure that they remember who I am, so if they ever, like, oh yeah, I need a person for this or something, you know? Just kind of continuously inserting myself into their lives. But, like, I don't know, that just feels weird. Or, like, the other one, like, I know another person who's really into, like, horses. I don't know anything about horses. Do I just say, like, if they put a picture of, like, one of their own horses, do I say, that's a good-looking horse? That's kind of weird. Depends on the age of child. I mean, maybe 5 or 6 from what it looked like. See, that's why it felt weird. Like, if it was a newborn, I feel like that would have been fine because, like, it's a newborn. But 5 or 6 just felt like that weird area. I don't know. I feel like the older they get, the weirder it gets to say something. If the kid's under 5, cute is fine. 5 plus, it gets dodgy. Okay, so you're telling, all right, I ain't gonna risk it. See, and that's what I mean. I'm glad I didn't say anything because I didn't know what would be accepted because I work logically. So my brain is doing logically. And the other thing is 99% of the time, what I'm going to be commenting, I don't actually think, but I'm just commenting because I should be. For example, like, one of the guys I worked with, don't shoot me. I just said don't shoot me. This is what you get. One of the guys uploaded, like, a photo of him, like, having, like, a fun day at home, and he, like, had kind of food and stuff there. And so I said, ooh, looks fancy, kind of thing. It didn't. It did a little bit. I had to rewatch it a few times to actually figure out what was going on. I'm not gonna lie. But, like, I did that for networking purposes. You know what I mean? So, like, that's kind of, it's kind of what we got to do these days, you know? Gotta network. Gotta randomly say things at random points. Also, I'm just gonna flex real quick. I had the lead actress send me a friend request on Facebook. I'm just saying. I'm just No, it's okay. This is the nice thing about low budget land is you become honestly really friendly with a bunch of people. But that did honestly that surprised me because obviously I followed almost everyone on Instagram, mainly the people I really interacted with. Some of the people I didn't follow because I'm like, I didn't interact with you. So it feels weird to follow you because I didn't talk to you ever, or I just didn't have a good that good of a on-set relationship with you, kind of. So that was always kind of funny. Alright, we got 2 shulker boxes of birch leaves. Now can we build 5 trees? I have bosses to kill. Just say aw nice and ask a generic question. Oh boy. What's a good generic question? Like for the parent or for the child? How old in school? Oh, okay. Obviously in school would make sense because school would have ended at this point. Um, it's I mean, school would be ending about this time. Maybe. I don't know, man. I've always been awful about things like networking. As a software engineer, I always heard that you get a job by knowing people. I guess I got lucky, though, because I don't know anyone. Like, you can get into the industry by not knowing anybody. I mean, technically, I didn't know anybody, um, going into the film that I got. I found it on Facebook. And today, at 6 o'clock, I have a meeting with a different film, company about something. I actually don't know. Um, like, well, I know, like, it's an interesting email. Okay, I'm making it sound like it's sketchy. It's not. I say it's interesting because the way they phrased everything makes it sound like I'm already in, because I'm basically joining their production team meeting where they're going over logistics. And this is just from I emailed them like my application, which is just, hey, I'm a film student. Here's what I can do. Updated with, I don't want to, I don't want to break things quickly. So that's kind of what I'm juicing. All right, so that should be plenty. Oh, maybe I should get more spruce. Do I need the shadows? Um, Honestly though, I don't think I could go indie purely because my name isn't out there. Yeah, no, definitely not. I mean, so the Kentucky thing I did was, um, we'll just leave those in there. The Kentucky thing that I did was technically a um whatever you call it, freelance. It was a freelance job by like tax technicality, you know what I mean? Um all right. Okay. Let's build a tree. Gentlemen, build a tree. We'll worry about these bottom details later. All right, let's build a tree right here. All right. So you're just going to go up a little bit. Um and then right here. That's really high up. I guess this is going to be a pretty tall tree. No, no, no. Let's break it down too. Okay. So we're going to go out from here, right? I'm not going to lie. I can't really hear the game at all. I'm going to raise the volume a little bit. Okay. All right, gentlemen. I don't know if I could talk anymore. My brain is active. Oh, but yeah, I missed the bit about the film when my speaker went out. What was that about? Oh yeah. Um, if you want to look it up. Cat Enright, The Opium Equation on Facebook. That was the film I was working on. Um, and so I was in Kentucky you remember, okay, there were two films. So you had the film that I told you that I would be out of commission for and made that joke. Oop, that doesn't go there. That, I kind of need to get a little bit wider, I think. So that was the film that my school did. Um, you don't have Facebook? Well, get Facebook. You could probably look it up without, um, without actually, like, downloading it. You can do that these days. So yeah, that was the movie that I was working on for the last 4 months, a week ago, from May 6th to May 26th. Um, have no idea if this is gonna look good. I'm stressing out here, dude. Ah! Ah! Bruh. Don't be falling off of this thing, dude. Um, so yeah. Otherwise, I can't tell you that much about it, but there's a ton of, stuff on Facebook. All the posts. It is a family-friendly horse mystery. I don't want to do that one. That is what it is classified as. Yeah, I think the shadows are a little too complicated for me. I'm gonna be so for real. I don't know how to put the shadows in. We're not gonna worry about it. We can worry about highlights. Uh, actually, I do want my axe. I suppose I want my axe and my pickaxe. But I can't really tell you what it's about. Like, I mean, it's a murder mystery. I can tell you that much, but I can't tell you much else because then I'd be spoiling it. I also signed a contract that said I can't. Not like a full NDA. Let's not do that one. Let's do this one. But ah, so yeah. I watched an interesting movie yesterday. I watched Lady Bird yesterday. That was interesting. Timmy Shammy was in it. I did not see that coming. He's just popping up everywhere. I'm not gonna lie. Like every movie I feel like I watch these days has Timmy Shammy in it. But this was like before he was well known as well, so that's kind of also interesting because it's like, oh yeah, Timmy Shammy's in it. I'm like, wait a second, people didn't know who he was yet. What am I talking about? Um, but yeah, I mean, he played kind of like a minor side character. Um, and then he was also in Interstellar. I watched that while I was in Kentucky. All right, highlights. Let's not do that. No, that was a misplace. All right, gentlemen. What does it look like? I found the links. I'll see if my wife can log in and view them. I figured as much. I was gonna ask if your wife had your wife probably has Facebook. Cause I didn't want to get Instagram because I don't like social media, but I kinda had to for my job. I know, now scrolling on Instagram is a part of my job description. Alright. It doesn't look bad. You know, let's actually take a better gander at this. That ain't too shabby. Obviously, it's missing the little doohickeys on the edge here, but, like, that ain't half bad. Get the frick out of my face, stop sign. That's, like, actually, that's actually not that bad. I'm pretty happy with that. That took us a hot minute to build one tree, though. I gotta build 4 more now. Gentlemen, I don't want to build 4 more trees. It's been an hour. It took me an hour to get to this one tree. And now you're telling me I have to build 4 more? Yeah, not a huge fan of social media. I have X, but mostly because I'm supposed to for content reasons. Ah, yes. Though, like, technically, I've thought about getting um, TikTok to stream to, because you can do that these days. Um, but also TikTok. That's kind of a problem. It's kind of a problem that I don't. Oh no! Don't do that. That's a can of worms. You know, that's a can of worms and a half right there, dude. I don't know if I really wanna go down that rabbit hole. I think I understand these trees pretty well, though. Actually, I kind of like that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I know how these trees are meant to go. Yeah. All right. Well, if I stop misplacing, they might look better. I will say, okay. Let me go back to the ladybird thing that I was talking about, because yeah, you'll get a little analysis from me. Interesting movie. It's not a movie I would recommend nor not recommend. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh yeah, you should watch this, but um, it wasn't bad or anything. It was just like, okay, yeah. It's very clearly themed around identity. That's like the whole thing. Um, so it follows a high school girl, um, basically going through an identity crisis. Ladybird is the name that she wants to be called, um, rather than her given name. So the whole movie is her figuring out exactly who she wants to be, but the dichotomy between the mother and Ladybird was really well done. Like, the acting was just really, really well done. Um, the the actresses did great because it was so cool. Like, they would get into arguments, and then something would, or like they'd be in a good time, and then something would just, you know, either take them from one thing to the other. And I was like, that was just so interesting, where they would literally be arguing at a thrift store, and then they find a dress that looks really good, and they get distracted, basically, and are talking about that. And it's really cool, because it feels kind of realistic, where it's like, yeah. So let's throw a couple of the meeting times. So we've got to make more tea. All right, you enjoy. I have a meeting as well that I got to worry about, so I'll probably be ending soon. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think. Oh my gosh, I need to stop misplacing. I'm trying to intentionally place all of these leaves, and then I'm misplacing leaves, and that's not helping. All right, and then I placed the wrong leaf. All right. Ah, stop it. Stop it. I think I'm gonna make this a smaller tree. Like, it's kind of already, in that vein of being... Alright, please stop misplacing. That'd be great. Thank you. Alright, why'd I do that? Don't do that. It's not... We're not there yet. Alright. Alright. Let's see what this look like. Eh, not as big of a fan of this one compared to this one. Alright, there's just a few... I think it's just... There's, like, a few bits that just need to kind of be cleaned up. Like, this pokes out a little too much. Yeah, this pokes out a little too much. And then that pokes out. This one right here pokes out a little too much. We can change this over to a highlight. I guess we're putting our highlights on that side. So I feel like I just need to generally keep them on the top. Okay, that helped. That definitely helped. I like that. Hey, what if I just build one more tree and call it good? Because I already had 2 trees. So now we have 5 trees in our forest. We died 5 times. Eh? I don't really want to build another tree. I'm gonna be real with you. This is the problem. I don't want to build another tree. What the? Are you? I thought he was suffocating, and I'm like, wait, how did you spawn in there if you're suffocating? Because once we have all the trees, we can then start building the surroundings. All right, I think I'm done. I've I've reached my limit. I don't want to build more trees. I also don't really want to play more Elden Ring because dying means more trees. So I think I'm gonna call it there. ER tree building. All right, gentlemen. Pause that. Um, there's a way that I can save that, but I don't know how to do that. Let us raid somebody. We can end the recording as well. Let's raid. Wait, hold on. What if I raid this guy? Hold up. As I've watched this guy before. I watched his videos. So what if I just raid him? He's not clean though, but he's playing Elden Ring. Yeah, let's do it. Let's rip it. Um, it's gonna be easier if I do it. Okay, I'm assuming I can raid him. Heck yeah. Uh, what's my raid message these days? All right, raid it. Raid incoming. All right, that's gonna.